Hello, you beautiful nerds of the world! Taurock at your service, and welcome back to another Death Battle reaction! This time we have two champions, two ruthless fighters who have conquered the ring long ago, two fighting game legends, ready to compete for the throne once again. Akuma versus Shao Kahn? What are you doing here? Yeah, if you've watched my reaction of Dio vs Alucard when this was announced, you might remember that I wasn't a huge fan of this matchup. Not that it popped out of nowhere, I mean, it was a highly popular idea that I've seen quite a while. It even got to be a community death battle and stuff, but I never really understood the appeal of having these two fight each other specifically. I mean, I get it, Akuma, Shao Kahn, two big bosses of Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and stuff, but I was always content with Bison as the more fitting opponent for Kahn. It's kind of a Bowser versus Eggman kind of deal. Yeah, sure, they don't have that much connections either, but they're the main title bad guys of franchises that have been rivals for years now. Akuma was always, at least in his beginning, sort of a hidden boss to me. A boss you can face if you complete the arcade mode in a specific way, you know? So it's a challenge beyond the traditional boss. If I were to compare Akuma to a Mortal Kombat character, that would be Reptile? Okay, not a great example, but I can still see a better connection. But then a loyal subscriber of mine, Total Power, alongside a good number of you guys, went on and explained it to me way better than I could. Essentially giving me the key to understand where this battle's coming from. The connections behind Akuma and Kahn is just pointless. It's just the same connections given to Akuma and Shang Tsung and Kahn and Bison, but back then, around season 2 or 3, people didn't think that they were given the right role for Kahn and Akuma. So this idea popped up and it kept growing to the point that it became sort of a legacy matchup, to the point of basically hyping it up for both parties. But then it progressively calmed down a bit when some people came up with another opponent for Akuma, which was Rao, Fist of the North Star villain, which seem to have stronger connections. I can see them, but why not? Maybe in a few years, maybe. So, what I get from Akuma vs. Kahn is when both of their first appearance happened, people were thinking something along the lines of, yeah, this is too easy, like you should give him some real competition. And surprise, both Akuma and Shao Kahn were exactly the kind of challenge they were looking for. Honestly, I like that. I like this mentality. It's a very Akuma or Shao Kahn-esque mentality in a way, you know, being like, is that your best? And they look for a bigger challenge. It's funny, and yeah, I can get behind that. But I still think it's a bit soft for a matchup. Back to my Bowser versus Eggman episode, it's kind of like if this episode ever happens, you have people coming up with, hey, yeah, how about Eggman versus Donkey Kong instead? I mean, it works on paper, he's also a big boss in the Mario series, but, you know, something's off. Something feels off. That's kind of how I see Akuma versus Shao Kahn. But enough focusing on the matchup, let's focus on the combatants themselves. How do I know these characters, for example? Now, Akuma is great. I mean, we've all watched The Lion King. It's the Disney movie of a generation. Maybe not my favorite, but it sure is for millions of people. Wait, what do you mean it's not The Lion King? Isn't that the song? Akuma Matata! What a wonderful phrase! Akuma Matata! Die 1,000 deaths! Okay, but jokes aside, that's my way of saying I really haven't touched anything related to Street Fighter in my life. However, I like a lot of fighting games like Mortal Kombat, Soul Calibur, Super Smash Bros., Guilty Gear Strive, etc., etc. So I'm bound to learn about the one that popularized the genre, you know, the most popular fighting game out there. But I only got to know the characters, the story, and lore via other sources like Let's Plays, wiki pages, following the news regarding the latest game, Street Fighter V, Super Smash Bros., who's really the only game where I got to play a Street Fighter character, and, of course, Death Battle itself. Because, again, this is not the first Street Fighter character to be on this show. Actually, yes, he was, but that's, like, he's not the only one, that's what I meant. But, if I were to choose, I would be way much more of a fan of Mortal Kombat. I learned about it the same way I learned about Street Fighter, you know, it's a big fighting game out there, so of course I would kind of learn about it eventually, but I actually played Mortal Kombat 9, and I've been a big fan of the series ever since. Shao Kahn was even my main in Mortal Kombat 11. I think it's kind of fun to play, but really it's only my main because there wasn't any Reptile or Sector. Yeah, the cast of MK11 isn't really my cup of tea. I got much more fun with Mortal Kombat X or 9. Plus, I had to dig the lore and stories of the characters a lot in preparation of a matchup that is extremely dear to my heart. I hope it happens one day. So yeah, if you're asking me who I think is going to win, or who I want to win, I'm going to be extremely biased for my boy Shao Kahn. Because, like I said, I love Mortal Kombat way more than Street Fighter in general. But I do think he has a chance in actually winning, because he's far more versatile than Akuma as far as I know. Like, he can devour the souls of entire planets. He's a master of dark magic, he can reflect projectiles, he knows brainwashing, levitations, all that kind of stuff. He's the one who taught the ways of blood magic to Scarlet. So pretty much every ability Scarlet has, Shao Kahn has them too. He just doesn't use them as much. And he's a match for the Thunder God Raiden, who, while battling Shinnok, they threaten to destroy the Earth. So that's a big, that's like not planet bursting, but it's kind of like end of all life on Earth level of powers, if I could put it roughly. So he definitely has a ton of bullshit tricks he could throw or dish back to Akuma, but I don't want to be so sure, okay? Because this is still fucking Akuma we're talking about here. The dude can punch planet-busting meteors, I think, if I recall. Plus, like, he destroys island for breakfast and shit. And of course he has the instant-killing Raging Demon, who literally obliterates your soul. People say it's not gonna affect Shao Kahn because he's literally filled with millions of souls or whatever, and that could make sense. But I think if you manage to destroy Shao Kahn's soul specifically, it's enough to kill him and release the others. I think it could really go either way on that part. Plus, it's not even his final form, because apparently they're also going to give him Oni, his ultimate form that is apparently not canon. I don't really know about it, honestly, but they did advertise it as such back then, so we know it's happening, and honestly, I don't fucking know about how insane Oni is. Like, all I can say is I would love to see, I hope Shao Kahn wins. I really hope so. But I'm still looking forward to know how these two are handled, especially Akuma, since I don't know a lot about him, so I could make a more clarified prediction once I've gone through the analysis part, so let's just jump right into it, let's go. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video, like I just did to this one. Let's begin. I'm trying not to get spoiled.
Supreme Master of the Fist. Shao Kahn, conqueror of Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Today, we'll find out which final boss reigns supreme.
Akuma is not really the final boss. He's a secret final boss. He's kind of like Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts. Oh well.
This is the Japanese concept.
I insist, it's not the same as Bison.
Above and the one who stands before it. And the last thing you'll ever see when you meet Akuma. Trained by Master Gotetsu at an early age.
In an alternate timeline, he owns a Kumart.
Fighting.
What?
He and his brother Goken were taught the form of Ansatsuken, literally meaning the assassination fist. You know how everybody says martial arts are all about meditation and being zen and all that other boring shit? Well, Ansatsuken ain't like the other guys. It combines judo, kenpo, and karate into a unique style that's all about murdering your opponent as fast as possible. Hell yeah! Unfortunately, the brothers' views on their training greatly differed. Goken rejected the violent methodology of the Ansatsuken, leaving to develop his own, less lethal variant of the form. Because a style called Assassination Fist clearly needed less assassination.
Yeah, he makes a point.
The real deal. He got so hardcore, he started training to embrace the biggest martial arts secret out there. The Satsui no Hado. Ever present, ever malicious, this is a manifestation of literal killing intent. Only Gotetsu had ever mastered this dark power. So it's like the dark side of the Force, but with karate? No, but sure. With the
come on, you know it is.
Limited
telepathy
this
manifests
is
as
the power
only
of monsters.
More
like winners. Akuma got so good he challenged his master and killed him Sith style. With his ex-master's beads around his neck, he declared himself the new master of the Satsui no Hado. Obviously, this destroyed his relationship with Goken. The two brothers' destinies, let alone ideologies, were irreparably torn apart. But who cares when Akuma's perfected all the abilities of an overpowered Shoto character and then some? He can rain down Go Hadoukens, teleport with the Ashura Senku, and take you for a whirl with the Tatsumaki Zankyukaku. And if Akuma ever wants to take things up a notch, he can summon forth the Kongo Kokoretsuzan.
Oh, they finally learned to pronounce it.
Strong enough to sink an island.
If you remember Akuma versus Shang Tsung, they had trouble pronouncing this.
Which says a lot when Hakan could loop himself up with enough oil to get
oh yes,
launch E-Honda into orbit to headbutt
a they referenced this feat.
Well, there's only one way to figure out the TNT of that. I got the oil whiz, get ready to launch.
No.
Oh, that's okay. I've already done the math. It's over 500 trillion tons. Oh. Can we still do it, though? Fine. But did you know Akuma's also traded blows with some of the folks from Final Fight? I guess they're Street Fighters, too. And the Macho Mayor Mike Hagar can pile-drive people so hard, it makes an explosion you can see from space.
Oh.
Comparing the blast size to Earth's diameter,
oh.
this explosion must have a yield of
oh, it's true! Final Fight, it's the same universe.
That might seem nuts, but hey, Akuma's done the same kind of thing. No wonder the only guys who can match him are badasses like Goken. Akuma would challenge Goken again and again, determined to prove his version of the Ansatsuken was superior. And apparently, he was right, as he defeated Goken with his signature technique, the
Shungoku Satsu,
aka the Raging Demon. With this, Akuma gives in to his killing intent, targeting a person's soul and killing their spirit with the weight of their sins. There is only one.
Okay, that might be effective.
Emptying your own soul from your body. Fortunately, Goken knew exactly how to do that. Speaking of souls, this guy Nakali once tried to take Akuma's by devouring him. But not being into Vor, Akuma just blew him up instead.
No!
So powerful.
Oh no, don't reference Vor!
Smacking a baby. Not that Akuma would ever do that. No, I'm serious, he never would, because despite the whole zero compassion thing, he has a weird code of honor. It's not compassion at all. To Akuma, fighting is a sort of religion, and respecting the art is more important than anything. He'll spare those with an unfair disadvantage, and those whom he deems respects martial arts like him and can improve. In this way, he sort of became an unwanted mentor for Goken's student Ryu. Hey, he's not a total killjoy. He did befriend Elena. Well, more like Elena befriended him.
Yeah.
Whatever. But should you disrespect the art of fighting, Akuma will not hesitate to murder you as disrespectfully as possible. Like when he jumped that a-hole and Bison so fast he killed him in one shot. And Bison was quick enough to tag this satellite laser beam. Following the beam speed at this angle, we can determine it was moving well over 5,000 times the speed of sound.
Okay.
But with all that power, Akuma knew he'd never be at his best until he'd mastered the Satsui no no Hado and become Akuma Blanco. I mean Shin Akuma.
As Shin Akuma.
Oh yeah,
Shin
Shin Akuma.
art, using it to
I
its
forgot
fullest
about this
extent.
guy.
Only Gotetsu had ever mastered the Hado like this, because doing it is not just super difficult, but super dangerous.
Right. The Satsui no Hado isn't just a form of energy, it is a sentient entity, striving to push those who connect with it to fully commit to their rage. For when they do, they are no longer themselves. They become the Satsui no Hado itself.
Yeah, like when it tried to take over Ryu and manifest it as its own evil person, Kage. Akuma truly believes the Hado is his best chance at becoming the ultimate world warrior, but he also knows that if he's not careful, he could lose himself to it.
And when he does, the Hado will take his body and become the awesome, demonic
Oni!
Oh, he's super powerful. Oni's got all sorts of new moves and can easily overpower pretty much
Wait, so
any
the
other Street
Satsui no
Fighter.
Hado is
Japanese
is an
folklore,
actual
Oni are
character?
yokai, or demons that spawn from the souls of the wicked upon death. However, in some legends, the most evil of humans can actually transform while still alive, such as Shukendoji, a drunken monk who gave in to malice, became an Oni, and was so powerful he could not die, even after he was decapitated.
Not so different from this big bad blue boy. But hey, Akuma hasn't lost himself to the dark side of the Hado yet. The dude split apart mountains, taking a leisurely trip to the bottom of the ocean,
I
and literally leaped into the land above the clouds.
What?
He just jumped and he was there.
Eh?
It's standing before heaven. This dude straight up flies above it.
Akuma's lust for
What the
battle
fuck?
will likely never be sated, but his chosen path has been set. He will either be the world's deadliest man, or its bleakest failure. Until then, he will never stop searching for a foe who can challenge the might of his Satsui no Hado.
I know, wrong series. Now to Shao Kahn!
Realm of Outworld is a twisted, barren wasteland.
Okay, he's Akuma's insanely
Definitely
fast.
at the bottom of my list of places to go when I retire, and it's all thanks to the tyrannical ruler, Shao Kahn.
Thousands of years ago, Shao Kahn
Original
was an
announcer
advisor
for
to the
Mortal
Dragon
Kombat.
King,
Yep.
Onaga.
Addicted to taunting opponents. Yep. That's his biggest weakness when you fight him.
The political ladder.
With an army of demonic Tarkatans and four-armed Shokans at his beck and call, Shao Kahn began conquering and merging other realms with Outworld, including the once idyllic paradise of Edenia.
After which he hooked up with Edenia's queen, Sindel. But his conquest didn't just win him a traitorous MILF. The crafty
She wasn't
bastard also
traitorous!
picked up a ton of
Shao Kahn
Kahn
brainwashed
is
her.
a deceptive leader who isn't afraid
Mortal Kombat 11 doesn't count. This story doesn't count.
He's
I'm not even
basically
that much of a fan of Sindel, but even I know this is bullshit.
Like a male stripper.
And despite living on a completely different plane of existence, he's somehow mastered 2 Chinese martial arts.
Yeah, that's always been a
Taijutsu
weird
and Wei,
thing with
both of which
Mortal
prioritize
Kombat.
fast and aggressive strikes
Like they're
that
supposed to
move
be like
opponents.
from another world, but
Khan's real bread and butter
they know
is his
all these
mastery of magic. He can shoot
Earth
fireballs, create portals, make
martial
his
arts.
telekinetic yo-yo, bounce projectiles back to
Oh, they
center,
gave him the
and
Soul
conjure his
Nado.
signature hammer whenever he wants.
With his Wrath Hammer, Khan can crush even the strongest combatants
With a K.
to pieces with his brutal fatalities.
Nice.
But perhaps his most iconic ability is taking souls.
With just a wave of his hand, he can dine on some fine soul food, courtesy of whatever sap crossed his path.
Khan went far with these abilities, and it wasn't long before his conquering eye caught sight of a little planet called Earthrealm.
But first, his forces had to rack up enough wins in Hit the Music Whiz.
Yeah!
We don't have the licensing right.
Mortal Kombat!
We don't get sued.
Outworld almost
Well,
had
I
10
can do it, bitch. I'm not monetized.
Just had to ruin it all. But Khan just said, screw it, and invaded Earth anyway.
The moment Khan set foot on Earth, he stole the souls of nearly every human being on the planet.
Yep.
Then physically merged Earthrealm and Outworld into one big melting pot of conquest.
The exact meaning of merging realms is a little vague, but from Mortal Kombat 3's intro, we do know that it transforms the planet into part of Outworld itself. But even when he's not literally folding worlds together, Khan is always a threat to behold, far superior to most of the other combatants.
He's a cocky asshole, but damn, he sure knows how to get stuff done.
He's one-shotted Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade, survived being impaled, broke Kotal Khan's back, and has consistently surpassed the likes of the Thunder God,
Raiden.
Oh, being all thundery is as fast as lightning. Kahn could even hold his own when Raiden held
Is it
the
faster
power of
than
all
Mach
the
5?
Elder Gods.
For context, the Elder Goddess Cetrion can grow as large as a planet and fire this hyper-fast laser, which, comparing its speed to the curvature of the Earth, can smite mortals at 2% the speed of light.
Oh, you know you're a big shot when actual gods think you're a pain. Look at him go!
Don't mistake powerful with invincible. Kahn's might
Yeah.
is only matched by his arrogance.
Yeah, he really does love to hear himself talk, even when it leaves him totally open.
Yep.
I guess he doesn't consider the consequences of his constant taunting.
Is that your best?
I thought it was funny.
You suck.
Moving on. Even if it can get the better of him, Kahn has proven his arrogance isn't completely unfounded. After ages of conflict, all of the combatants fought in a final clash of good versus evil.
Yep.
And Kahn emerged as the last man standing.
That was
It was there
Armageddon.
that he defeated Blaze, an all-powerful elemental who threatened every realm in existence.
Damn.
Luckily for the good guys, Raiden had a way to basically go back in time and try to stop Kahn from winning in the first place. That's right, Kahn was such a big threat, the only way to beat him was a complete do-over.
Yep.
And even with that victory,
takes a
now
reboot to
non-existent
stop,
memory,
to stop Shao Kahn.
will never relent. Even death has never stopped this conqueror from his ultimate quest to rule everything.
I am Khan of Outworld. Vacate my throne, or I'll soak these sands with your blood.
Yes! Okay, pause. Okay, Ula, oof. Okay, that's, I need to think about this one before we move on to the fights. They didn't give the math on Raiden's lightning. So I guess this is gonna be faster than Akuma, but I'm not sure. And Akuma managed to Akuma could resist his soul being taken. That's a good thing to know, or that's a bad thing to know for me. But so how does the Satsui no Hado works exactly? I'm not like is it its whole being, and like Oni is when Akuma makes one with the Satsui no Hado? If the Satsui no Hado works like an individual, like a soul, like a spirit, you get where I'm going with this. Could Kahn absorb the Satsui no Hado? No, I don't think so. There was some very little math on Shao Kahn on the total power of Shao Kahn, or like I don't remember. Yes, there was a Cetrion who could they scaled it to the Elder Gods. Yeah, they kind of scaled Shao Kahn to the Elder Gods themselves. Which, if I understood well, which is I wouldn't have gone that far, but yeah, that sounds incredibly powerful. They didn't mention the blood magic, or maybe they did. I didn't know. I didn't read the little notes they leave on the side. I'll have to go back to that. But I'm still thinking Shao Kahn has more versatility. I think my prediction was pretty much confirmed when it comes to this. Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention when they discussed the power of Cetrion and stuff. I still want to go with Shao Kahn because they didn't give like that much math, and you know how Death Battle writing goes. They usually they throw some maths and some calculations and some power outputs during the first presentation, and then they reserve some feats to then later when they blow up when they say actually this feat was even stronger from this character. You know how it goes. And I feel like it's gonna be that a lot in this episode. I'm gonna go with Shao Kahn. If he can suck the blood of an entire planet, I'm sure he has a way to suck the blood of the soul of Akuma. Yeah, but if he's immune to that, Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn, 3, 2, 1, click. Alright, the combatants are set. Let's for all possibilities. It's time for a death battle! Let's go. 1,000 death! Oh damn, that was fast. Well, that was it. Thank you for watching this video. Oh, okay. Shao Kahn's still there. I've seen the sneak peek, of course, but I just thought this was funny. Ooh! Let's go! Ooh! 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 Absorb it! Get over here! Ooh! 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 You will die! Haha! Misatsu! Ooh! 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 Ow! That hurts. He might be faster. Ooh!
Is that your best?
Is that your best?
Pathetic.
Ooh. Shin Akuma! Let's go! Ooh! Ah! Backbreaker! Oh, X-Ray! Oh! His X-Ray from MJ11. Give me your soul!
No, the Satsui no Hado is mine!
Oh shit! Here we go! Ooh! Oh! Ow! 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 Ooh! Ooh! A spear! Yes! Oh shit! No! Yes! Ooh! In your face! Ah! Come on! Ooh! Ah! Ah! He survives this, no, right? Oh, he survives this. Die! Yes! Oh no! Oh fuck! Die 1,000 deaths! Oh! Ow! Ow! Survive this! Yes! Laugh of Shao Kahn! Yes! In the face! Finish him! Flawless victory! Fatality! Yes!
Now that's what I call a fatality!
With the power of Satsui no Hado, Akuma
Well, the fatality kinda sucked. Not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
like how he resisted Nikali suggests Kahn couldn't have just yanked his soul away so easy.
Yeah.
and Akuma's level of power was nothing to scoff at either.
Akuma's biggest hits were way stronger than you'd think, blasting apart meteors and making explosions seen from space. But
Oh,
Kahn
yeah, I
survived
forgot
blasts
about
from
this.
beings even more powerful than that, like the Elder Gods, who can grow to the size of planets. And remember Blaze? He could destroy all the realms.
Oh, that's right!
In one of his endings.
And while Blaze's story ending isn't canon to the Mortal Kombat universe in and of itself,
It's still a proof that it can do it.
could happen in canon.
And
Yep.
Kahn whooped that red-hot ass.
While
Yep.
we do not have an exact time frame for Blaze's destruction of the realms, destroying Earthrealm alone would require at least overcoming Earth's gravitational binding energy, or about 47.8
Oh,
zetatons
shit.
of TNT.
Over 300 million times the power of the Teratone explosion from Akuma's lineup.
And
Nice.
keep in mind, when Kahn merges realms, he is literally morphing an entire planet into Outworld itself.
He can
This
shapeshift
means
an
it
entire
makes
world.
sense he could defeat Blaze, because he already commands a similar level of power.
But I know what
shit.
you're thinking. What about the Raging Demon, Akuma's awesome finishing move?
Oh, it was
Shao Kahn
called.
has racked up more than enough
Fuck
sin in his
him.
time for it to totally murder his soul.
There was always a possibility that Akuma would get a lucky hit in with the Shungoku Satsu. However, given Kahn can keep up with the likes of Elder Gods and their space lasers, he could certainly keep pace with Akuma.
Yeah.
And sure, Khan's an arrogant son of a bitch,
Yeah.
but he knows when to get serious. If his arrogance was that big of an issue, he wouldn't have conquered so many realms.
Both Akuma and Kahn were
True.
among the best of the best in their respective worlds, but this match ultimately came down to who would land their killing blow first. Shao Kahn's overwhelming power, mystical abilities, and treacherous strategies were enough to claim this victory.
Outworld's Emperor was the only one who could surpass Akuma.
The winner is Shao Kahn.
Yes! Victory for Mortal Kombat! Okay, before we move on to the next fight, first, let me call this asshole right there. This is you. You. I hate you and your stupid nose. Anyway. There you go. He won't bother us again. Anyway. Then, let me talk about the fights. Not gonna lie, I'm not someone to say a fight is bad, because they're all excellent in my book. But not gonna lie, even for a 3D fight, because even for a 3D fight, I've heard this was a source filmmaker and stuff. It was a bit underwhelming all the time, not gonna lie. I think it has something to do with the environment. I think the environment to where they fight was pretty bland. Like, it was just a desert with nothing much to interact with. Like, I liked it. There was some good references, some good stuff here and there. I'm not gonna lie, there's some very good stuff. But is it the least better episode of this season? I might question that. The research, the analysis was very good. It's not what I'm criticizing here. I'm talking really about the animation and the fight. The analysis was funny to follow, even though it felt kind of underwhelming for Shao Kahn. It was like the analysis part was very underwhelming when it comes to Shao Kahn's part. Meaning it was exactly as I predicted. They were gonna throw all the big stuff for Shao Kahn in the results. So it was like, even when you don't specifically predict this fight, if you don't know Street Fighter or you don't know Mortal Kombat and you know Death Battle's writing method, you kind of know, you can figure out where this is going. And making it a bit predictable, and like not gonna lie, since the return of Death Battle, with Batman versus Iron Man, Reverse Flash versus Goku Black, Dio versus Alucard, Macho Man versus Kool-Aid Man, I think this is the least good. I don't want to say the worst, because they really. There are some really good qualities in it, but if I were to compare to the rest of the season, yeah, it doesn't hold. Unfortunately, it doesn't hold off that much. Maybe it's because of again, maybe it's the environment. Maybe it was the pace of the fights. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna. Despite being a good Mortal Kombat fan and liking Shao Kahn and stuff, and being happy that I won, because I'm back on track. I'm back on track with my winning streak. Because I got a good blow because of Dio versus Alucard, but I'm back on track. So this is good, but I don't know if it's gonna be the most memorable, in my opinion. Maybe it has something to do with the matchups not being a fan in the first place. Oh well, it happens. Shit happens. They can't revolutionize versus animation all the time. It happens. Anyway, we're gonna move on and see the next episode. Is it gonna be Madara versus Aizen or Korra? The one with Korra. Let's see.
Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. We'll be jumping into the next matchup next week. But you can always get more Death Battle right now by clicking one of those boxes right over there.
Alright.
And by downloading the battle music linked down below.
Next time on Death Battle, Korra versus... Oh, Storm. That is a genuine surprise. I mean, I don't see, because like when Korra was revealed, was teased, everyone was expecting it was going to be Korra versus Rey Skywalker. I don't like to call her that. But Storm, that's a good. I don't know my Storm. I don't know my X-Men. So I'm not sure of the similarities right now. But it sounds good. Like, I really don't know my Storm, so I don't know the exact comparisons. I'm gonna cover this, but yeah, Storm is I wasn't expecting Storm, you know? Storm is one of those characters that I didn't see lots of ideas, like lots of pleasing ideas, but it's still like, it's a pleasant surprise to see them here. Okay, Korra versus Storm. Why not? Why not? Again, I'm repeating myself. I really don't know the comparison. I will look into it, so I'll give you a briefing when I get to this reaction, and or when I get to drawing the thumbnail for the next reaction. I'm doing this Wednesday, I think. The next Wednesday this time. I'm not going to do it next week. I'm gonna do this week. Oh, sorry, I have to go the average status quo, with the status quo that is, damn it, another Marvel character! Death Battle, they keep using comic book character, that is not good! That is a very bad of you, Death Battle! Oh my god, you are so obnoxious with it! Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, pleasant surprise, honestly. Pleasant surprise. It's Korra versus Storm. Let's go. I'm on board with this. I don't know why I'm on board with this. Anyway, I'm gonna stop there. Thank you so much for watching this reaction. If you liked it and you wanna see more, if you wanna check out when we are gonna draw the next fan art and when the next reaction comes out, why not subscribe? It would mean a lot if you could like this video, share it, do all the things that YouTubers normally ask you to do. I'm not gonna insult your intelligence, you know how this works. And I'll see you next time. That was Taurock at your service. Wait, was that me singing? Akuma Matata! What a wonderful phrase! Akuma Matata! Die 1,000 deaths! It's the meaning of pain for the rest of your days! It's a big problem for you! Misatsu! Akuma Matata!